Thanks for stopping by and for tuning in. I am Dominic Santora, and welcome to my world. And for all you Windows 10 users out there, I don't know about you, but Windows 10 is really starting to piss me off. I am sick and tired of this blue screen that keeps popping up, the blue screen of death. It happens on a regular basis like no other operating system I've used before from Microsoft. It's either stop code or BSOD or something else, and sometimes I'll catch the name of a program that supposedly caused the problem. I stopped going to Microsoft support page because I'm tired of Microsoft telling me or suggesting to me that I remove the software and or hardware. Here's the funny part about that, ladies and gentlemen. When I first got this computer, before I installed any of my programs, I did a walkthrough with Windows 10 to see what was new and what it was all about, and it went to blue screen on me. Without any of my programs installed, it went to blue screen. Remove the software, remove the hardware. I have a better suggestion for you, Microsoft. Fix your fucking operating system. Every time I get an update from Windows, I hold to the hope that this update will solve the problem. So much for hoping. I have this site bookmarked with a long list of what causes the blue screen and solutions to each one, which scares me because it requires going in and messing with codes. Really? I mean, I'm a barber, not a software designer. I know hardware because I've built a couple of computers in the past. But when it comes to software, that's all Greek to me. I guess the best solution for dealing with Windows 10 and all its bugs is to switch over to Apple, which will not come cheap. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, my only solace is that I'm not the only one on the planet having this problem, though that itself is a problem, and Microsoft doesn't seem to give a fuck. Right now, I can't do anything until around July, when I start getting some money coming in. To update my current situation, I quit my job to care for my mother, who now needs 24-hour care. I applied for this assisted living program, and I'll be getting some money on a monthly basis, but again, that's not going to be coming in until July. So for now, I'm living off what I have in my savings along with her monthly Social Security. I'm on a shoestring budget. Meanwhile, I anticipate this computer to go to blue screen at least once during the recording of this segment. And I'm pleasantly surprised when it doesn't happen. But eventually, it will happen as sure as the fucking sun will rise. How's that for reasonable expectation? But let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it is with technology, especially computers. Technology is like marriage. One day it's wedded bliss, the next day you want to kill each other. That's technology in a nutshell. And oh, did I mention my satellite is out? I have no television. I had to watch WWE SmackDown on YouTube as various YouTubers uploaded each match. Yeah, I always laugh when WWE plugs their network and they ask, "What are you waiting for?" I'm waiting for YouTube to shut down. Which is just on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been paying attention. But anyway, guess what the problem was with my satellite dish? All this time I thought it was the weather, because I would get this message at the bottom of my screen suggesting that it was the weather. And as soon as it cleared up, I'd get the picture back. And then it was okay for a while, and then all of a sudden it would start blinking on and off again. And I'd look up in the sky, and it's overcast, and I say, okay, it's the weather. But this last couple of days, ladies and gentlemen, when the skies were nice and clear and I still had no TV and my satellite was terminal. So I called the guy, and guess what the problem was, ladies and gentlemen? I have this tree that grew a little too tall that was blocking my dish from making contact with the satellite. Really? A fucking tree? Is that what the problem was all this time? Really? But here's the funny part. A while back ago, I wanted to have this tree topped off. And the cheapest quote I got, just to take a few feet off from the top, was $850. I didn't want to pay that kind of money, so I never had it done. To do it myself would require me to rent a chainsaw, a ladder, and a wood chipper, or hire someone to haul it off. I don't have a fireplace, so shut that thought down right now. Besides that, I am not a fan of anything which involves my feet leaving the ground. Standing on a chair to change a light bulb, that's my limit. Ladders, water, and electricity, those are three things I don't mess with. I messed with electricity one time. I tried to put in a ceiling fan. I forgot to shut off the main. Yeah, I contribute that incident to my hair loss, as well a dislocated shoulder when I was bolted from the stepladder. Yes, bolted. You do not get hit with a jolt of electricity and fall off the stepladder. You are bolted off. The theory the doctors and a few others suggested to me as to why I'm still alive was that the screwdriver I had a rubber handle, as well the stepladder I was on had a rubber padding. I don't believe them, though it is a more viable theory than the one a couple of others tossed out at me, and that is that God still had a purpose for me here on this earth. Oh yeah, I can just picture God sitting up there in the clouds looking down and saying out loud, "He has forgotten that I have a purpose for him, so I am going to remind him by making him forget to shut off the main when he installs that ceiling fan." Yeah, God couldn't just drop down and tap me on the shoulder. That would have been a hell of a lot more convincing. But then again, we all know it doesn't work that way. Anyway, I got my television back. They moved the dish to another spot on my roof and gave me a new dish, no charge. It's all covered under my protection plan. That's fixed. As for Windows 10, that's not fixed. But here's the thing that makes me laugh, ladies and gentlemen, the recovery mode. When all of a sudden you're in the middle of a project and Windows goes to blue screen and restarts. When you reopen that program, it recovers whatever you were working on. Yeah, guys, we know this OS is riddled with bugs, as with every OS we've ever sold to the public. So at the least, let's make sure the recovery mode is working. Yeah, that's thinking outside the Xbox. And then there's my smartphone, my wireless phone. I upgraded my phone when I took the job as manager when I was working before I left work to care for my mother. I did it because these days bosses would rather you text them than call them. It's just easier. I don't mind the texting, but I don't want apps on my phone. I don't want data on my phone. I don't want internet access on my phone. I don't want my phone to be anything more than a phone. I have my computer for all that other stuff. But like it or not, I have apps on my phone. And constantly being updated. It's just never-ending notices. We have updates. We have updates. We have updates. It just won't leave me alone until I update. I don't know how to shut them off. I try, but they keep telling me we have updates. We have updates. We have updates. And I never use them. I never use any of these apps. You know, I want my apps, so that is applications, so that is programs on my hard drive on my computer, not on my phone, all stored up in the cloud. Cloud technology has its benefits, and what works for some doesn't work for others. I'm one of the others. It's the way I rock. It's the way I roll. But what I'm really kicking myself in the ass for was allowing myself to be suckered into bundling. And they talked me into a tablet and a Bose mini speaker. I love the Bose mini speaker. Bose, they are the best when it comes to sound systems. I love it. But the tablet, the novelty wore off in less than 3 weeks. I use it just for music. That's all. I use it for music. It's my music box. And I can use my computer for the same damn thing. This tablet was a waste of time, a waste of money. It is the first and last tablet I am ever going to buy. And I can't believe how long it takes to charge this tablet. I mean, my cell phone charges in a quarter of the time it takes to charge this tablet. I got a Wi-Fi router hooked up to my DSL modem. Yes, I still have DSL. I like my DSL. And when I have something which I'm happy with, I hold on to it until the bitter end, until it absolutely is obsolete, as I did with Windows XP. So anyway, I have this Wi-Fi router hooked up, and that saves me on my data. Yeah, I got that all figured out. It's dealing with this crappy Windows 10 and the blue screen of death that's driving me up the fucking